Alright, hello gamers, welcome back to the show. I am your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk, and today we are jumping back in Timberborn. This is going to be a chill stream. I'm going to be keeping the volume kind of low here. Voice is still on the fritz, but this game is perfect for it. For those who were not here... Hey, Niavalar. For those who were not here the last time we played Timberborn, this is a colony sim game where you are trying to stay alive versus essentially very bad weather conditions. And you are making a city, and we're pretty far along in this one. I don't know if we're going to finish this run today. There's a win condition, but we are doing pretty well on this one. Additionally, once I do finish this one, I want to show you guys... I was inspired to try the other Timberborn faction off-stream. I want to show you guys how that one ended, but we're not quite there yet. So, let's do a couple things here. Last time, we're going to get rid of some of these. Since last time I played this on stream, I learned about platforms. So, nope, that's not it. 5x1, 6x1, 6x1? That's it. There we go. I'll do that and that. Okay, so that allows us to build out, like, way outward, as you can see. So, something like that. And something like that for now. Okay. And then we can get more gravity batteries on our tower. Are you building a dam that will pierce the heavens? Well, I mean, the dam is rather small. Like, there's a dam right there. There's a larger one over here. And then we're working on deepening that. How many explosives? I only have one. Wow, I do not have a lot of explosives. Do I need to get more bad water pumps? Can speed the game up too. Let's see. Beaver injured. He's already in the hospital bed, so he's fine. Let's see. Check that too. Okay. Yeah, the pine trees should not be for cutting, because we need to get, what is it called from them? Pine resin. Need to get pine resin from them. Hey, Makaja. Hi, Soap. Hey, Muk. Great to see more Timberborn. How's the voice doing? Unfortunately, it's still fried. Last night was especially bad, but I am continuing to do... I have learned more about the human throat in the last week than I have in my whole life up until a week ago. I have been doing more and more and more research on my own, and I've got another doctor thing scheduled for Saturday, but I'm still trying more things. I've got a new theory that's pretty safe and simple to test. There is a chemical in the stomach called pepsin, and it helps break down things like meat. And apparently, if you've got acid reflux, if pepsin comes up and it gets in your vocal area, your like esophagus and larynx, stuff like that, it just stays there for a long time. And so the next theory that is safe for me to test at home without like talking to a doctor is that. Because if it's that, drinking alkaline water neutralizes it, apparently in like minutes. And honestly, it would be kind of funny if after spending $2,000 on doctor visits, if a sip of alkaline water solves my problem. Because alkaline water has a very high pH level, which counters acid. So today, after stream, water with baking soda. You can make alkaline water at home by mixing like a liter of water with a very small amount of baking soda and just mixing it up. Or you can buy it at the store. A bottle of it's like $2. But I'm going to try alkaline water after the morning stream and see if anything positive happens. If not, then I just cross it off the list. And, you know, I'm not a doctor, so I'm being very careful with what I try. But it's kind of like... it's kind of born of desperation, right? Because like there are some nights where it's so bad, like I'm losing sleep. So anything I can do in my own time, because these doctor's appointments are like pretty far apart from each other. Don't poison yourself. Alkaline water's not going to poison me. You can drink alkaline water after you go for a run. They sell it in like sporting goods stores. If anything, I'm already poisoned. I'm trying to figure out how to get it out. Okay. Let's see. So we're getting dynamite slowly. How many explosives factories do I have? Or do I only have the one? There's paper mill, gear workshop, grist mill. Do I have this stuff automated? I don't. What automation is that? That's drought station. That's relay 1. Observatory. We got 60k science. I don't need another observatory. Refinery. Yo, I am blind. Where is my explosives workshop? There it is. Okay, so I've got one of those. Alright. Do I have plenty of bad water? Yes, I do. Why can't I? Oh, the zip line is blocking it or something. Where can we put you? Could do this, but then I'd have to stretch a power pole over there. Be kind of awkward. All right, let's place that and then pause for a second and see what we can do here. Your throat is surprisingly fickle. Acid reflux, infections, GERD, etc. Alkaline water helps me whenever it flares up along with gurgling warm salt water. Hope it works out. Thank you, Zalek. Yeah, the salt... I did try gargling salt water, and I honestly think it's not reaching the spot. Because, like, if you gargle salt water in this spit, like, the deepest it gets is, like, here-ish. Because, like, you have to swallow to get it past this point. My issue is here. I think it's not even reaching that. Not for my sake of trying. Alright, that should work. Hey, Muck, no intention of playing Crimson Desert. What's up, Nalfall? I did play it one evening for about 5 hours, and bottom line, I just did not have fun. I did not enjoy my time in Crimson Desert. So, I did hear that they have fixed quite a few things, but I honestly just did not have fun playing it, so... Wait, too far from district, what? Oh, I see the problem. I need to build that, then this, because it's going to block it. Okay, that should connect the batteries. It's a little confined up there on that tower. Okay, let's look at some automation here. Getting some of these machines to shut down when they're not in use would reduce the power drain on our network. So let's do resource counter. We're gonna need an area where we can make like a whole bunch of sensors. So there's one. Let's say if explosives are greater than 90%, and say this is the explosive counter. Right. Oh wait, no. Yeah, so it'll turn on when they're greater than 90%, and then the machines switch off. That's what we want. So let's say automate with that. Oh, no, it should be less than. Okay, so now... Okay, so now the explosives factories, if we're over 90% storage capacity on explosives, they automatically turn off and save power. That's what we want. And we can do that for basically everything. So like paper mill. All right. Shoot. There we go. All right, so this one will be paper. And then paper counter. And then automate with that. So now it will make paper until we have 90% storage, which right now we've got over 1,000 pieces of paper. So see, it pauses and then we're saving power. Perfect. Okay. Next up would be gears. So we're gonna make another one of these. And gear. Rename it gear counter. Let's see, I've got a bunch of gear workshops. All right, so we'll take this one and say automate it with that. And then copy its settings to those. So I just have 3? I think I just have 3. Okay, so all those buildings that have pause buttons, we're saving power on those right now. Okay, and this will be planks. Okay. Do I only have 3 buildings for planks? No, there's more there. So I had like 5 making planks. Okay, there we go. No clue if this applies to you, but you can refund Crimson Desert past Steam hours if you bought it before their disclosed AI usage on the Steam page. It was gifted to me by one of you guys, so there's no need for me to do that. But honestly, just the game itself, you play. It's a game where it's all about freedom and run ever and do whatever you want, run around, do whatever. But you play as Cliff, and it's like, okay, well, if I'm playing this guy, does he have a story? And it's like, well, kind of, but it sucks. So it's like you're confined in like the narrative, like as you are in an RPG, like, you know, The Witcher or something, where it's like you are playing this guy, but then the story is terrible. And then like the combat is like, you know, when you're, aside from the controls, they fix some of the control issues, but it's like when you're playing it and you're fighting, it's like you're either fighting thousands of trash mobs that are absolutely no threat to you and you're just running around like you've got hacks turned on, or you're fighting a boss that will kill you in like one hit. It's just like the disparity is a lot. Combine that with like the controls. I know they fixed some of the controls, but I hated the controls. The issues with like just navigation. The menus were rough too, but again, they have made improvements, I've heard, but the game as a whole I just wasn't enjoying. So I think it's just not for me. You know, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's gonna make like a bad review video and complain and say they need to change things. I think it's just not me. Hey, Mugga Chat. Hi, goddess. What kills you is you drink so much water with all the minerals and electrolytes got flushed out. The water in food is not nearly enough for that. Unless you're sweating like crazy, you'll have to drink a lot of water to die from it. Wait. Whoa. I'm loving the updates on the Untamed Ranger build using Mace with Hammer. Oh yeah, me too. It's one of my favorite builds. We were talking about water poisoning. Gotcha. Okay. So, with that new thing, and then we also got this up here. And we can add 2 more batteries here. And we can do this on each of the sides of this thing. Okay. Any more automation to be done? Punch cards. let's get another one of these. And get that. I forget, we had the scrap. Yeah, okay. So over here we've got the dirt storage. All right, so we need to automate the dirt excavator because there's 4 bots just sitting in here and the dirt storage is full. So, where's a resource counter? And we're going to say you are going to monitor how much dirt we have. And then go over to the giant mine. Automate with dirt counter. Alright, so now those workers get freed up to do other things. What's the next morning game? Age of Wonders 4. The newest update they did, the newest DLC. I plan on visiting that after we finish Timberborn. That'll be the next morning thing. More big water storage. Okay, got more batteries. We got more power than we know what to do with right now. All right. Is this the farmer monument? No, that's Brazier of Bonding. That's the farmer monument. Okay. So next is the Fountain of Joy. Requires access to water. Oh, do you put it in water? Ooh. Huh. It's kind of weird. Okay. I'd like it to be close enough to the housing, but... Okay, so does it just need to be in, like, shallow water? What is that? Is that like 5 by 5? Okay. Let's figure this out. Let's see. All right, I'm going to lower this area's elevation slightly. I'm going to fill it with a bit of water and then start building the fountain in here. I want it to be close to where they sleep. That way it buffs the whole village. Hello? Hey, Rooksy. What's up? I take it your voice is doing better? Sadly, no. It's always better when it's in the morning, like, because it's been resting all night, and you know, I've not been awake for very long, so I'm good right now. But I was actually up quite late last night because of the pain, doing more research. We were talking just a few minutes ago that I've learned more about the workings of the human throat in the last week than I had my whole life up until that point, trying to figure this out. My efforts continue. Okay, so first off, water, fluid dump. Oh shoot, I messed up. I did one tile wrong. Do a terrain block there. Okay, and I want to build this thing called a fluid dump. And basically, they will put water in here, and it'll dump water into the spot in front of it. Will you do Meet Me Monday in the evening? Depends on how I feel. I want to. I want to. Like, y'all know I love my job. But it's a we'll see situation. Okay, that definitely hits all the houses. All right, and then that is going to be a big project. That's going to take a bit. So we are going to set this up, but I'm going to set the priority as a lower priority. So just they work on that when you know, everything else is done. Add otorhinolaryngologist to Muck's full name. I actually, you know, in my reading last night, I learned about a laryngologist. I don't know, because yeah, I've got Kaiser Permanente insurance, and so I have to use doctors that are within their network. Otherwise, my crappy insurance becomes none insurance. And I don't even know if they have laryngologists, but apparently, like, I've been visiting an ENT, which is an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And apparently, if they can't figure it out, the next step is to go to a laryngologist, which is just like someone who's specialized in throat problems. Wait, they can't reach this. Okay, apparently they can't reach over from there, so we will... I'll make like a little staircase going down in there. Okay, there. Okay, interesting. Focusing further and further, ear, nose, throat, larynx, DNA. A DNAologist. DNAologist would be pretty cool. He's like, oh yeah, I see there's a problem right here. Oh, now you've got wings. My bad. No, it's okay. Wings sound cool. Leave those. You could try doing an overhang. True, but it's no longer necessary. Do I have anything else that needs big storage? Biofuel. Where am I making biofuel? Oh, that's it right there. How are we doing on all this? Metal blocks. Ooh, metal blocks are quite low. How many things do we have making metal blocks? A smelter, so that's the building. Do I only have one smelter? I think I've only got one smelter. Alright, so we're gonna do that, and then I need to make a automation thing for metal blocks. Metal block counter. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, so metal block counters, we've doubled our metal block output, and we've got automation for it. So if it ever fills up, it should chill out. Also, I found this option when I was playing off stream, replant dead trees when not marked for cutting. So if you accidentally get a tree destroyed that's in like the area where you're just getting resin or syrup, they will replace it automatically. Like if you lose it to an accident. There's something I missed, which is very nice. I'm trying to remember my setup here. It is coming along. I've got like 90% of the materials. This thing is not going to take much longer. Does this go... It does go deeper. Okay. So next step for increasing how much water we can hold. Let's do a few things here. And stairs. I think platforms would be easier. Something like that, and they should be able to reach all the construction sites. Morning all. Hey Nugami. Okay, this time are you all rider? I was hoping a beaver stream would be chill enough that I could do it even while and all. We'll see. This damn game.